Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, the Life Coach here. Okay, so the topic for today is dating apps. It's going to be, I guess, more specifically active versus passively looking for a significant other, letting them come to you and have it happen naturally, or whether or not it's okay to use these apps. What's this whole new version of dating in this 21st century? Alright, without further ado, let's get into the topic. Okay, so interestingly enough, there's this new form, I guess. It's not new, but it is in terms of the grand scheme of, the world, which is this new form of dating, which is like online dating. And I'm not trying to talk about people who like message people on Facebook and things like that and scams and all these bots and things like that. I'm just going to eliminate that from the start. Guys, if you are going to do online dating, automatically just be careful. So none of what I'm saying is like, oh, don't worry about people trying to, scam you and things like that. That happens all the time on Tinder, on all these online ones, on Facebook messaging even. Like, guys, be protective. When someone says, oh, hey, I want to watch you through the webcam, strip and things like that. Guys, that's probably a dude trying to look at you doing that. Like, don't. Do I find these dating apps to be okay? Do I find them to be a proper form of dating? Yes, actually I do. But that being said, I think the thing is, it is only okay for you guys to be actively using these dating apps if you are okay, comfortable with passive form of dating. If you use these dating apps as like a replacement for meeting someone naturally, if you're using them to fill a void, if you're doing any of that, no, that's not okay. Maybe you're feeling really down, maybe you're feeling really lonely, maybe you haven't had a serious relationship in a while. That is not the reason to actively pursue. If that is the reason you're doing it, no. You should get to a point in your life, you should try to figure things out where you are comfortable with who you are as an individual. That should be first and foremost the most important thing. You should be able to have enough going on with your life, or be okay with being in between. Like, that should be first. Now, once you're okay with where you are at in life and you are okay being alone, that's a very big one. Once you are okay with being alone, then can you actively pursue somebody? Yes, actually I would say you can. Honestly, you are most likely going to find your more important relationship, or a very serious one, passively, like naturally. Why? Because you get to know the person first. These are almost like blind dates. They're not exactly because you get to talk to the person, but everyone can seem normal online and things like that. But it's not about being normal. It's about like, do you guys super click? But most of the times you go on the date before you click. I don't have too much experience. I had given this perspective to a lot of my friends who were on the apps before I was even on it, and then I tried using Tinder, and I'm like on Tinder, and it's not really for me completely, because it gets kind of addictive, and then you start to. Here's the problem I see with it. When you use these apps, and I'm not even saying they have to be shallow or yada yada yada, this is good for you, no, bad for you, good for you, bad for you, none of that. You tend to like get disappointed in like your matches, or the lack thereof, or the matches being fake and things, and then you start to settle, and then a lot of times you start to realize like, oh, who am I even swiping right to, or who am I even browsing on OkCupid or things like that? Like, what is going on with me? That is not what's supposed to happen, but that is a consequence. Another thing is, you put so much effort into it, but honestly, especially if you're in a time in your life where you're really not able to meet a lot of people, I have no problem with it, guys, as long as you're safe, and as long as you are okay with who you are, and as long as, more importantly, as long as you are comfortable with passively meeting someone. I know people who have had successful Tinder relationships, so yeah, actually I have a date coming up with the person I met on Tinder. It'll be my first date using the app. I'm not gonna let you guys know how it is. I wouldn't do like a follow-up video unless you guys really wanted me to. But the thing is, I'm giving it a shot. I think one thing that there's also to to be mindful of, especially if you're like an easygoing guy, if you get along with people really well, if you're very easy to be in a relationship with. The problem I see with this, and this is a problem I see that myself having, is you tend to you feel uncomfortable using these apps because a lot of times you just go for the relationship and you start dating somebody that you probably wouldn't have gone for in the first place, not because they're not attractive enough, not because of anything, but because they're just like maybe not quite exactly, maybe you have really high standards, yada yada yada, someone you probably wouldn't have exactly gone for. But then you're stuck like dating this person, and then you can just like end up in a relationship and things like that. So this, especially when you're picky, I think it's a little but it's good to get out of your comfort zone. It's good to get to know people, and I don't think online dating is stupid. That is like the main thing I'm going to say. I do not believe online dating is stupid. People who say that, honestly guys, it feels weird, especially your parents were always going to think it's stupid. Your parents are always going to think it's probably stupid. Unless they're on the apps themselves, because they did everything the old-fashioned way. Honestly, this is cool. You get to meet people that you never would have met before. Guys, that is an awesome thing to know. You're gonna meet people that you have never had in your life. And honestly, I know there are people who have done it. I don't know anyone personally, but I know people who've done it. If you meet that person on Tinder, you meet that person on OkCupid or BeautifulPeopleMeet.com or Farmers Only or I don't know, Christian Mingle, yeah. If you meet someone on that and you like actually end up together, like, dude, that changed your life. That straight up changed your life. So as long as you are comfortable with where you are at in life and you're not doing this to fill some sort of void, if that's the case, no. As long as you're okay with being alone, so then you can actively pursue it, you're okay with passively accepting someone. You're not doing this because you're too chicken to like passively meet someone, or you're too I don't know, frustrated with it or too impatient with it. As long as that's not the case, go for it, guys. You never know unless you try. I know that was very cliche, but honestly, some cliches have some merit. That was it for the topic today on online dating. I try to make videos, well, I do make videos once a week at least. I try to make videos multiple times a week. I'll try to make another one for the end of the week. I don't know. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, all that jazz. Comment below your thoughts on the topic. Comment below any topics you guys want me to cover in the future. This is Project Thought Process, so smiling at your core. I'm the life coach, and until next time, guys, I'm signing out.